Alcohol is just such an interesting thing because basically we are just hit over the head from an early age with a sense of what drinking means, a rite of passage into adulthood.
Yeah.
You know, a way
freedom,
of,
sex,
exactly,
fun,
everything,
parties,
exactly,
connection,
exactly, removing our inhibitions. You know what it means to connect with your, you know, the lads at the pub or
exactly. I think we were taught in culture that was alcohol that did that. And I think what's happening in culture now is that people are realizing it's actually spaces or it's music or it's the vibe that can actually do that. And that's sort of the shift that we're seeing is, you know, before like alcohol was the connector, but now it's experiences around it that are the connector. And I think that's, people are starting to realize that. And I think Lucky Saint's done a really good job at being the pioneer of that kind of thinking. I think what always surprises me is that, you know, people talk all the time about Gen Z, you know, these guys, they're not drinking, et cetera, et cetera. And you know, that is obviously happening. But when we look at our data, for example, of who buys us, you know, like out and about, it's 30 to 40-year-olds. But in terms of direct consumer, it's like 70%, like 40 to 65. And actually the older part of the spectrum is probably like the ones that are buying more and drinking it more frequently. So for me, it's like, and I think, you know, other brands have had experiences similar to that in our space. And I think, you know, even though those older consumers are traditional and like a lot of them will be like, oh, I'm not going to drink an alcoholic drink. There are a huge number that are like, actually, I'm getting older. I don't want to be hungover. I just want to have a delicious drink with my friends. And the growth is actually coming from them. Which I think always surprises people because obviously everyone thinks it's from younger people.